In the heart of modern Mexico City, buried for centuries beneath bustling streets, lies the sacred center of the Aztec universe, the Templo Mayor. This wasn't just a temple. It was the symbolic heart of an empire, the place where heaven, earth, and the underworld converged. Its story begins not with stone, but with a prophecy. The wandering Mexica people were told by their principal deity, Huitzilopochtli, the god of sun and war, to build their capital, where they saw an eagle perched on a cactus, devouring a serpent. After a long migration, they witnessed this very sign on a small, marshy island in the middle of Lake Tenochtitlan. Here, around 1325, they founded their magnificent city, Tenochtitlan, and at its center they built a humble shrine to Huitzilopochtli. This initial shrine was modest, likely made of earth and wood. But as the Aztec Empire grew in power, wealth, and influence, so did its most sacred temple. Each successive ruler sought to outdo his predecessor, not by tearing down the old temple, but by building a bigger and more grandiose one right on top of it. This process of continuous expansion happened at least 7 major times, along with several smaller modifications. Each layer entombed the previous one, creating a nested pyramid like a Russian doll of sacred architecture. The Templo Mayor was a feat of engineering and artistry. Imagine a massive jewel pyramid reaching towards the sky. At its summit stood 2 twin temples, each dedicated to a powerful deity. On the south side, painted in vibrant red, was the temple of Huitzilopochtli, representing the dry season, warfare, and tribute. Its staircase was famously steep, symbolizing the difficult ascent to the sun. On the north side, adorned in blue and white, was the temple of Tlaloc, the god of rain, water, and agricultural fertility. This side represented the wet season, sustenance, and life-giving forces. This duality was the core of Aztec cosmology. The Templo Mayor was a physical manifestation of their worldview balance between war and agriculture, sun and rain, death and life. It was the stage for the most important state ceremonies, festivals, and rituals. Priests adorned in elaborate regalia would ascend the steps to perform offerings, believing they were nourishing the gods and maintaining the cosmic order. The base of the pyramid was decorated with sculpted stone serpents, and at the foot of Huitzilopochtli's shrine lay a massive circular stone depicting the dismembered moon goddess Coyolxauhqui, his sister, whom he defeated in a mythical battle at the dawn of creation. For nearly 200 years, the Templo Mayor stood as the undisputed center of the Mexica world. From here, the Aztec emperors ruled over a vast territory, receiving tribute from conquered peoples. The surrounding sacred precinct was a sprawling complex of smaller temples, schools for priests, and residences, all aligned with the cardinal directions and celestial events. The city of Tenochtitlan, with its intricate network of canals and causeways, was a marvel of urban planning, and the Templo Mayor was its glittering jewel. Then, in 1521, everything changed. The Spanish conquistadors, led by Hernan Cortes, arrived after a brutal siege. Tenochtitlan fell, driven by a desire to eradicate the indigenous religion and establish their own dominance. The Spanish systematically dismantled the Templo Mayor and the entire sacred precinct. They used the stones from the razed temples to build their new colonial capital, Mexico City, right on top of the ruins. The cathedral, the national palace, the government buildings all were constructed from the remnants of the Aztec holy site. For over 450 years, the Templo Mayor was lost, believed to be destroyed forever. Its existence was known only through historical codices and the accounts of Spanish chroniclers. It became a legend, buried and forgotten beneath the concrete and asphalt of one of the world's largest cities. The rediscovery happened by pure chance. On a February morning in 1978, electrical workers digging near the city's main square, the Zocalo, struck a hard object. It was a massive, elaborately carved stone disc over 10 feet in diameter. Archaeologists were immediately called to the site and identified the carving. It was the Great Coilzoqui stone, once located at the base of the Templo Mayor. This stunning find launched one of the most ambitious archaeological projects in Mexico's history. The government made the bold decision to demolish colonial-era buildings to fully excavate the site. Layer by layer, archaeologists peeled back the centuries, revealing the different construction phases of the Great Pyramid. They unearthed the twin staircases, the foundational platforms, and the remnants of the upper temples dedicated to Huitzilopochtli and Tloco. But the discoveries didn't stop there. Over the years, more than 200 offerings were found, caches of priceless artifacts that the Aztecs had buried as gifts to their gods. These offerings contained a treasure trove of objects from every corner of the empire. Jade masks, obsidian knives, coral, crocodile skeletons, and pottery from distant lands. Each offering was a microcosm of the Aztec world, a snapshot of the goods and beliefs that flowed into the imperial capital. Today, the Templo Mayor stands as an open wound in the heart of Mexico City, a stark, powerful reminder of the collision of two worlds. Visitors can walk through the excavated layers of history, witnessing the foundations of a mighty civilization right next to the Spanish colonial architecture that sought to erase it. The adjacent museum houses the thousands of artifacts recovered from the site, giving us an unparalleled glimpse into the ritual life, worldview, and artistic mastery of the Aztecs. The Templo Mayor is no longer just a ruin. It is a living testament to resilience, a place where a lost world was brought back to life, allowing its powerful story to be told once more.